days.
Ooh, let's not go 8 hours, okay?
Okay, it started.
Welcome! It's so good to finally see you guys on air and not off air. Let's review our expectations a little bit. Do you guys remember what we established at the beginning of our whole shindig?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Can anybody name one?
We talked about
There's 3.
Contributing, and
Which is
we talked about interrupting.
Don't interrupt each other. And
what's number 3?
huh?
I can't remember number 3.
Be open to feedback.
Oh yes, that's right.
And no rescheduling unless sick or have a family emergency or get hired on by your internship. that one's added in late. And so the agenda for today is we're going to do our warm-up phase. We're reviewing the agenda right now. And then we'll talk about the purpose of the discussion, our icebreaker activity, and then during the action phase, our topics will include our leadership checklist, our strengths and weaknesses as a leader and a team member, how we can contribute, and then our Parker primary styles and weaknesses, leadership assumptions, and other skills. And then our closing phase will reflect on what we've covered, what we've learned, and how we've grown. I'm going to be a dork through this whole thing, so it's going to be great. And we'll discuss our meeting for next time briefly.
That's good, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to talk about.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
So the purpose of the discussion today is to discuss and uncover the importance of good leadership in a task group and what the challenges are for leaders in task groups.
Sorry, my child and my nephew were, and he said he needed a smooch and then he would head back out.
Should we restart?
No, it's okay. We're fine. I'm sorry, Nancy.
You want those?
Do you guys need any clarification on the purpose of our discussion today? Our task group?
So mostly we are gonna focus on leadership and our strengths and weaknesses and leadership and why it's important and maybe misconceptions about it.
Yeah.
Or yeah. Okay.
We can delve into that in our discussion, absolutely. And so our icebreaker activity. So we need to find 10 things in common, and no cheating, like we can't say we're all girls, because that's just obvious, and we can do better than that because we're master's students.
That's good.
So what ideas do you guys have? We can all say we're going for MSW. We'll have one easy cheat.
10 things we have in common, right?
Huh?
10 things we have in common. That's what the
same general, like, Minnesota area. I mean, I know we're from different cities.
Yeah.
Because where are you from, Christina?
What?
Where are you from, Christina?
I'm from Mankato.
Oh, okay. And I'm from St. Peter.
Yes.
And then I'm from Hastings, but I live in Mankato.
There you go. I mean, like, none of us are, like, from way up north or something. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
so it could be.
Is that all Blue Earth County?
St. Peter is Nicollet, right?
North Mankato's Nicollet, and then Blue Earth County's Blue Earth, Mankato. Other towns, I don't know.
It's little small towns like Lake Crystal and yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
Medelia.
Medelia.
Okay, so
Medelia's in Watwan.
Oh, one.
Yeah.
MSW, we all live in the same general southern Minnesota area.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
What else?
Foods? What foods do we all like?
I love a lot of foods, all foods.
Dessert?
What kind of pizza? Wait,
Oh,
what'd you
I love pizza.
Oh no, it's Care freezing.
No, that was just my face. I was just thinking.
Good. Your face is beautiful.
I did freeze.
Um,
What was it?
So we all love.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I like pizza.
good. Pizza with lots of toppings or a little bit?
I like Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like it. I like the Hawaiian pizza too. I'm not a huge fan of sausage pizza though.
Ooh, that's my favorite. I don't really like Hawaiian. Pineapple's kind of gross on pizza. I think it's unnatural.
It is totally unnatural,
Thank you.
but I love it. I think it's really unnatural, but I love it still. I don't care.
I used to watch the show Supernatural, which is unnatural.
Yeah.
What kind of TV shows do you guys watch?
With Dean from Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
I don't have cable,
Yeah.
but
Grew up with no cable.
I have no cable or Netflix or internet. So
That limits it a little bit.
a little bit, yeah. But
Did
I
we
do
find one in common? We got a little sidetracked. Let's focus, guys.
herd the cats.
It's hard with the TV thing. Like, I didn't really grow up watching much TV, and Kara doesn't have a whole lot of that going on either right now.
There. Disney princesses?
Oh, like what our favorite one is? If we
I
were-
mean, you like Disney princesses. Let's just be a little more broad.
Oh, okay. I did, yeah. I had lots of Barbies of them too.
Kara, how do you feel about Disney princesses?
I did like them, even though that they were culturally like not appropriate. They were still good.
Which one are you thinking of?
Yeah.
Well, Pocahontas was terribly like racist.
Yeah, a lot though.
Jasmine, I'm not quite sure about that one, but I really did like Aladdin was like my favorite. So
They've really gotten better in recent events.
yeah, they have the Girl of Avalon or whatever. My son watches Lion Guard. That's pretty awesome. So
Nice.
we're not into princesses yet.
All right. I think we have 3. All right, so we have like 3
Sports?
minutes or so till we got to
We
move
like
on.
sports,
Sports. I played lacrosse in high school.
hockey.
Did you play a sport in high school, Christina?
I did like track and cross country.
Yeah, for 1 year.
Okay, there we go.
I really like running.
There you go. Yeah, I know you do it like after class and stuff sometimes.
I'm training for my 3rd half marathon,
Are you
Which
serious?
one are you doing?
the Mankato half in
Oh,
October.
I don't like that one. I did that one last year and a couple of years ago.
I've done it twice before and took 2 years off, so I'm trying to like get back
Yeah, I'm doing one in September, and that will be my 1, 2, 3, 4. That will be my 5th.
That's so cool.
Impressive. All right, let's at least get 5.
That's probably a good manageable goal. Yeah,
I mean, maybe we can do bonus points and get 6.
there we go. Bonus ones.
That's how it works, right?
What about pets? We have pets or like family members, like how big our families are.
I have plants.
That's
Those
cool.
are my pets.
I'm guessing your apartment doesn't allow them, which is why you don't have them. Or
I live in a house.
you do. Well, that's nice.
I found my room on Craigslist, and so we're actually moving uptown in like 2 weeks.
Oh,
To a different house, but that's a whole nother story that I'm not going to delve into because that would be long and not our purpose. I had a cat growing up.
I have a cat.
yeah. I don't have a cat right now. I have a dog, but I always had cats growing up.
It has
I
fur
house.
growing up.
A cat.
Cats. All right, 5. And then let's do 1 for bonus points. Awarded by me.
Oh.
Love. We all drink water.
Do we?
I got some.
I have tea for my laryngitis.
Well, that's
We all
water.
have canisters near us. All right, we'll take that as almost 10.
And does everybody love Target?
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
All right,
that's 7. I love
We're doing
Target.
great. Love shopping. No? In
Yes.
an internship right now? On a computer at this moment?
You're shopping right now?
Yes,
Well, no, no.
online.
That's I was like, man, if you can do both at the same time.
Multitasking.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to the action phase. That's a good icebreaker. I feel like I've gotten to know you guys a little more. So did you complete your leadership checklist?
Was that the chapter 6 one?
The chapter 6 one. And what, Christina?
Was that like all the sections and then we had the grades and the total it up thing?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
So I know this one was a little like vague at times, because we don't really hold a significant leadership placement right now. I mean, we can just kind of mold it to what we want, but it's meant to show like what our general weaknesses or strengths could be in a leadership position. So what were your guys' results? Did you see any that you definitely marked as like a 2?
My overall leadership grade, Allie, was a C. I got a C.
I got a B.
Yeah, in all the sections, I got 1 A, but the other 2, I had 2 D's and 2 C's. I'm just not very good at this.
I didn't get any of these, honestly. I got the very bottom, a 128 of the B score.
Okay. Yes, I got a 124, so a high C maybe.
Places for improvement.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Part of it is I just haven't had a whole lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, like going through this, it was more of like sometimes I like to be the leader because I like to make sure that things are done right. You know what I mean? Like, or done my way. So it's like a control thing that I know that I need to work on. And like going through this, it kind of made me just think about that. That I do enjoy being a leader and like I'm motivated and I got pretty high like scores about it and being direct, and because I like to get things done. Like sometimes like my undergrad group work sucked. Like it sucked and you had lazy people and you wanted to kick them out and you had to be the leader or your project would get a 0. Like, so I'm wondering if like I kind of developed that more in my undergrad, like being a leader, and then kind of like going, like being a professional for a little bit, I was able to develop more independence on my leadership. So I don't know, that just was like my reflection while I was like doing the checklist.
Yeah, that's a great reflection. You're trying to see where that innate sense of needing control a group came from. And I understand in undergrad, like, or in high school especially, just certain people you had to take over, else it just wasn't going to get done and you get a bad grade.
Yeah, so I guess I'd have to say my leadership score and stuff, like for me, yes, I'll do stuff and I'll get things done, but I scored kind of bad because I guess I really never have done stuff like checking in with the group or things like I never knew you did that until this chapter we read. And yeah, just not a whole lot of really, wonderful group work experiences.
Yeah.
So,
I would say in my experiences so far, like I marked number 17 as my weakness, because I'm not the best at delegating. Like either in the leadership or even as a team player. Like in my internship, I work with 5 social workers. So like they're always asking me if I need help. I'm like, no, I got this. Like, because I want to do the most work because I don't want to push work on other people. That's rude. And I don't want to be rude. And plus I can do stuff myself.
independent, yeah.
And then if you do it yourself, then it's done right. That's like my thing.
Yeah.
Like I have a hard time too. And I've like talked about it in like professional reflection, like for reviews about delegating and asking for help, because it's like I want to be able to do it all myself.
And Kara, what primary style were you?
The what one?
In the Parker survey, which was your primary style? You were collaborator.
Was it collaborate?
Yeah, That sounds right.
And then
Yeah,
Christina,
I was
you're-
collaborating.
right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So do you think your primary style applies to that at all? Like the way that you feel you need to have a control of a group?
Let me hold on.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I don't know. Like, I was thinking about that because I was like, well, how, like, because it's, I don't know.
I mean, as a collaborator, it doesn't look like
You have the control issue. You know
No.
what I mean? Like,
that'd
it
be more of a
feels
contributor
like
thing.
more that you're like,
A forward-looking person, and maybe you're afraid that
Yeah.
other people aren't looking as forward.
yeah, maybe that's what it's coming from.
I could definitely see, like when I did the leadership thing, the survey, for example, I think the first question was like, I avoid taking leadership assignments for which I do not have sufficient task-related knowledge. And like for me, I don't want to be in charge of something if I don't feel like I'm an expert at it. And I feel that that really connects to my contributor style.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to be on top of stuff to lead. And if I don't really know stuff, then I don't want to take that position because I don't feel like I'm not the one qualified.
Yeah.
So, and in the contributor, it's all, about tasks and, the information and stuff. And if I don't have it, I don't want to be a leader in that because I don't know. So it doesn't surprise me, like how that fits in. But
Yeah. No, I totally agree. You want to be efficient, and if you don't have the proper knowledge to be efficient, why would you take the position? It makes sense.
yes.
But then also thinking about it on the flip side of like, if you feel like you're inadequate or not efficient enough, by taking that leadership role, it could push you to become that leader that you, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're like, oh no, I won't be able to do it, someone else will do a better job. Well, if you never step up and take that role, how do you know that you can't do it? Because it's like, I bet you can. You know what I mean? Like, I bet you have the capability to be successful as a leader. You just need to have that confidence that even if you're unsure and not like, like sometimes you don't know what's going on and you just go with the flow. I don't know.
Fake
No.
it till you make it.
I think that's
Exactly.
and I have more of a fear of failure, so which is not
We also
all the time.
have Trump as president. Fake it till you make it.
No politics in our discussion.
I'm just saying, like we have some leaders that have no experience, so they got to somehow.
But I like your feedback, Kara. For Christina.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's like the internal like motivator needs to be there to push yourself to be a better, like you're gonna have to, like the scores that we get in these stupid packets, like they don't mean anything, like unless you keep pushing yourself to become that better person in the task group.
Yeah. I would say I'm definitely the opposite of you, Christina, in that, because I think that's where my challenger personality comes out. Is like, I think I've talked about my internship before where I just like throw me to the sharks, like throw me into things. That way I learn. Because if you're just going to sit me on the sidelines or you're just going to like baby me into a position, like I don't respond well to that. I get really feisty. I'm just like, give me responsibility. I want to lead, want to do stuff. But then sometimes I can get in over my head. I will fully admit that. Like I take out more than I can chew and then it can backfire. So in a task group, like if I took a leadership position that I didn't have enough knowledge for, I could really end up in a bad situation.
But I also feel like if you're getting like thrown to the sharks and you don't know, like then you just learn how to survive and you learn like techniques on how to survive and how to grow in that leadership and grow in that person that you are. I feel like sometimes uncomfortable situations will push you to be better. That's how I see it. Like there's always going to be situations that make you feel uncomfortable. But I agree, Allie, like I'm completely the same. Like I hate being like I love my internship because I'm very independent and she gives me a lot of responsibility, and that's helpful to me to learn. Because it's like I don't need my hand held, and I'd rather just learn on my own and learn from watching other people make mistakes along with myself making mistakes, and then knowing that it's human and make mistakes and no one's perfect. Same thing goes with like a leader. No leader is perfect, and you might mess up like a task group, but knowing that it's okay, like taking ownership of your flaws, kind of, and like embracing them.
I guess that's where I have the hard part. Like, I'm totally fine being fed to the sharks stuff on an individual level, on my own responsibilities to do this or do that. But then if I have to do group projects, group work is like where I sort of shirk off. Like, or it gets harder for me. And yeah, that I guess I would, like, I can maybe fail on my own, but I wouldn't want to fail as a group task, which is it's probably a good thing to be able to do that. But I would feel like I'm letting people down, or I just don't have together, or. And
you want to be dependable. Well, you want to be dependable. I'm just looking at the contributor thing right now, and it's like the top strength.
And
So what style do you think you can bring out the most? What was your weakest, Christina?
For the leadership one, or the section, or you mean for the styles?
Your style, least active style.
Communicator.
Communicator. So what's one way do you think you can improve with that?
Well, I feel like some of this communicator stuff is very it's like a personality thing. I mean, but I suppose I can, like here it says encouraging, enthusiastic, supportive, humorous, relaxed. I think some people, you can only go so far with some of them, but I do realize that like I could be more encouraging or supportive or vocalize those. I'd say I would be generally encouraging and supportive, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I show those emotions or verbally express that. So perhaps that would maybe make me a little better as a communicator, or like resolve, it says here, step in to resolve process problems like conflict and lack of involvement. I'll be on, when it comes to group, unless I have to hold up the ship or something, I'm really not one that's gonna naturally want to step in. I'd rather just do my own thing and get that part, which is the very, like,
I mean, it's good to,
but
it's good.
Cautious. I guess cautious is how they describe like the contributor, and I guess yes, that's how I would, or occasionally as a downside, and I would agree.
Yeah, it's good to be aware of. What about you, Kara? What do you think your weakness is? What was your weakest style?
So I was like reviewing it, and it's just funny, just like reflecting on this, because I'm sure I've like shared that I had a really bad experience with my last job.
Yeah.
My lowest one was the challenger, and that completely is the culture of my last position of you don't challenge authority, you don't challenge the leader. And like, because I looked at like the positive things, and it was like, we're willing to disagree with the team leader, and that's completely the culture that I was. Do not disagree with the team leader. You don't candidly share your views and work with the team. You don't challenge the team to take well-considered risks. Like, you don't do that at all. And interesting, it says push the team to set high ethical standards for their work. It's just very interesting. Like, I just wonder like what I would get if I didn't have that experience of my last job.
Yeah.
You weren't able to rock the boat.
What?
You weren't able to rock the boat. Like, you would have lost
No.
Yeah. So
No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
And if you did, you got in trouble for it. just
Yeah.
it's just really like doing the stuff and like reflecting upon it, like it just really makes me think about where I'm at in my life and like what experiences brought me to the scores that I got. And like, because it's like I feel like of disagreeing with the team leader and challenging and being that way, but it's like I was so not that, and it was such the culture of that place. So it's like, and then kind of like expanding more on it is like taking it to how is the leader going to create that culture, not have that culture where you can't accept that feedback and disagreement with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know. It's just, yeah, I just think, reflect upon that a lot.
Well,
Did
that's
I was gonna say that the Whelan chapter 6 thing.
Yeah.
It talks about for a leader not taking like disagreements and stuff personally, right? And I'd have to look up the page, but and maybe Kara, your boss, your supervisor, whatever, she would be more one to take things personally, or that was a big weakness of hers. So
well, that's in stage 2 of the chapter 6.
okay, page 2.
No, stage 2.
Oh, stage
If you
2.
look under the bold headings in
Yeah.
chapter 6.
Okay.
And stage 2 is on page 77.
Okay.
But one of the subsections of that stage is to don't take attacks and challenges personally. And then leaders and members of successful teams communicate their views clearly and explicitly. And that means if you can't explain your views explicitly, like it sounds like in your last job, you had a really aggressive team leader.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
the
Well,
team's-
maybe just really insecure. Wouldn't be able to handle any differences of opinion, or I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, that completely is it. It's like the insecurities that they have kind of bleed over to their work.
Yeah. But leading into our next question, I would say, so which leadership assumption, and this is in the House-Kalaki book on page 8, do you think is the most important? And explain your answer.
Okay.
I would say I picked out that feedback is the most important assumption, and it's that big bullet pointed list
What?
on page 8.
Page 8.
Page 8 of House-Kalaki.
Oh,
And yeah, I said feedback.
Yep.
It's the way to help members help each other understand their perceptions and then assess their communication strategies, because being self-aware is one of the most important things in every communication relationship, which is any relationship, but especially in a task group, because I want to know how I'm coming off to you guys. Like, I mean, especially with my challenger style, like I can be a little aggressive or rigid or too candid, or maybe sometimes I can be impractical as a communicator primary style as well. So I think through a lot of group work, I've been able to become more self-aware, which is super important in our profession as well.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, we have to know how we come across and stuff, because that can make or break a relationship. And so, I'd say, Allie, for me, the number one thing that I feel would be most important is a clear purpose exists. Because nobody, I feel that generally people do not like meetings, and so especially will not like a meeting if they don't know why they're having a meeting or what the point is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say for me that would be the most the most important one for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's confusing.
I don't have a problem with the most. I don't know why I'm here. What am I supposed to do? I could be doing, yeah.
I mean, any good leader will make a clear purpose. I mean, it would just be their job.
Yeah.
What about you, Kara? What do you think?
okay. And again, like I just feel like I choose these because of what the position I was in, but I really think the developing of ethic of cooperation, collaboration, and mutual respect is really important to me.
You didn't have that in your last job.
No, that's why it's like I feel like I choose things because they were forgotten, or I'm a certain way because of how I like developed as a professional for the last 2 years. Like I worked there for 2 years. So it
Mhm.
really definitely changes your outlook on things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where you're at and what kind of positions you are in. I don't know. It's just really interesting doing this stuff and then thinking about where I'm at in life.
Yeah.
You know how important it is because you didn't have it. So you know how it is when you don't have it.
Yeah. How much that I wish that I did have it. So, like after reading about it, it's like, oh my goodness, like this stuff is actually, it should be this way. Like, what?
This is
Like,
what I was
this is how
missing.
the job is supposed to be. Like, people are supposed to be nice to you. Like, you shouldn't worry about people being jerks all the time.
I would say I would agree. Like, I think I picked feedback from personal experience as well, because at my old group home I worked at for 2 years, I'm a communicator. I am very good at expressing, how I'm feeling about something. If something's not working, I communicate it to the leader. Like, I'm a great person to have on your team. Not to toot my own horn, but like, I felt super underappreciated on top of it. But, I would tell them this feedback, very valuable feedback, but they were so stuck in like, this is how things are, and this is how they've always worked for me, and this is how I will do things. And I think my boss was very much of an overly like contributor, primary style, that I just wanted her to hear my feedback, and she wasn't appreciating it and all the work I put into it. It's something that was ignored, that when it wasn't there, I could tell. So reflecting on personal experiences is so important.
And maybe her personal experience and feedback were always negative, and so she didn't want to be told something because she didn't want to be, for her, feel like she was doing something wrong when you just saw it as a way to improve.
Yeah.
Not as you're screwing up again. You're not. So I don't know. Maybe I know
Yeah.
I'm rather sensitive to feedback or criticism because I'm like, oh no, what's gonna, I just feel like I'm gonna be nailed to a cross or something. So
But that doesn't feel good. No, like, and feeling that you are going to have that. It's like, our title is leadership, but it's really like important that the leader like creates that culture where you feel safe and that you don't feel like you're going to be nailed to the cross. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be like criticized for something you say or something. I don't know. I just feel like that's a huge important thing of the leader to like create that in like culture and environment.
Well, this actually leads great into our next question. Is it important for leaders to also be members? Why or why not?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's because then they contribute as well. And, there's no like hierarchy.
Yeah. There's no hard line.
Yeah, and I just think it's more like diplomatic or something. And then when there are decisions made and stuff, it's more of a group effort as opposed to, well, this is what the leader wants, so we're gonna go with it.
And I think it also connects to Wieland's like stages of leadership, like stage 3. And that's, I don't know what page, but stage 3, if you look under the bold headings in leadership.
81, page 81 is the first where it starts at.
And it says leadership is still necessary for coordination, but they should be able to encourage and support members to take up some leadership functions. Did we lose Kara?
Yeah, I don't have
I lost her
pictures
too.
here, but yeah, I don't have her picture.
Uh-oh. This isn't good.
No. Are we still filming?
Yes, we are. She's the one that set this up, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering. My thing says that we're still live. I don't know, did her computer just go down? Like something crazy quick like that? Are you getting a text from me?
She said, so mine froze.
Yeah, I just saw that. How
We
far?
lost you.
Can you see me?
No.
No.
Phone. All right.
Have her in via conference call?
Just have her right next to me.
Yeah.
Her phone should be able to work. Sorry,
Yeah.
my New session. We'll pause the minutes for a second because we should have a full hour. Oh gosh. Can't have a discussion without a group member.
Yeah. Do you think she's trying to fix it, or should we just try to go in a way that she can go right now?
What?
So in other words, we ought to stop until she can get back on in live, like see her and hear her.
What do you mean stop?
Like put a halt on this, or until
You don't
she's
have the
back.
power to do that, actually, because Kara's the one that started it.
Oh yeah. Well, I meant like when I meant halt.
On
Like
the conversation.
focus our efforts on hoping that she gets back, or should we focus our efforts on trying to get her into the conversation another way?
Or
maybe I'm not making sense.
I have her on my phone.
Well, perfect.
Kara?
I'm downloading Google Hangouts on my phone.
Oh, crap. What happened to your computer?
Oh no. Nancy's gonna love this. I'm so sorry, Nancy. Don't hate me forever.
This is real life though. Things just technical issues.
Difficulties happen.
Yes, nothing than we'd like to admit.
I've made the executive decision to just pause conversation, so we'll just go over an hour
Okay.
so that we can have an hour of conversation at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh,
Does Google Hangouts download on your phone?
yeah.
Good. I think we're at 3:20 or at the 23 mark.
The 23 mark is in 23 minutes.
Trying to video call me, Kara. All right, this is my phone. Can I invite or can you click on the link?
Yeah, it's gotta finish.
Okay.
Oh, this. Let me check to see if it finished. I'm sorry, guys.
It happens. You're gonna be able to stop this recording.
Is it recording on your end?
Yeah.
It still says watch on mine too.